Have you ever wondered what women really notice about a man? The things that catch their attention without you even trying. It's not always about looks or money. Sometimes it's the small natural habits that leave the biggest impression in this video. We're diving into the attractive men's habits. Women secretly love the subtle things you do that make her lean and smile or think about you later, without even knowing why. These aren't flashy or force moves. They're quiet signs of confidence, control, and habits presence. So, stay with me until the end, because these habits can completely change the way women see you, and most guys have no idea they even matter. Number 1, adjusting your watch or bracelet during a pause. Here's what most guys miss. They think small movements like adjusting a watch don't matter, or they fidget with it nervously without purpose. That kind of restless energy sends the wrong signal, but adjusting your watch or bracelet during a pause calmly and with intention gives off a completely different message. It's subtle, smooth, and masculine. Why this works is because it shows self-awareness and control. You're not just standing there, you're present, composed, and even slightly refined. It's the kind of detail that doesn't scream for attention, but still gets noticed for women. This is attractive because it draws the eye to your wrists and hands, areas tied to strength and capability. But in a quiet, stylish way, it also signals that you care about your appearance, but not in an obsessive way. That balance of confidence, pause, and class is what makes it stick in her mind long after the moments pass. Number 2, pausing before answering any question. Most guys get this wrong because they rush to feel silence, thinking quick answers prove intelligence or confidence, when in reality, hesitation can be far more powerful. They fear pauses make them seem unsure or awkward, so they blurt out pause signals, control half-formed thoughts, jokes, or worse, over explanations that drain their mystique. But a man who pauses before speaking signals control. He's not desperate to impress, and his words carry weight because they are deliberate what to do. Instead, let the silence breathe. When asked a question, whether deep or casual, take a beat, maintain eye contact, process the question fully, and answer with intention. This isn't about faking depth, it's about refusing to perform. Women instinctively trust a man who isn't. Pause tells her everything. Scrambling for approval for women, a pause tells her everything. It means you're actually listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk. It shows you respect the conversation enough to think before responding, a rare trait in a world of knee-jerk reactions. So, guys, stop treating conversation like a race. Slow down. The right woman will find your restraint intriguing, not indecisive. Number 3, rolling up sleeves mid-kono. Subtly, here is what most guys do. Rolling up your sleeves, they either roll up their sleeves before the interaction even begins, or they do it in this exaggerated attention-seeking way, like they're trying to flex, and honestly, that just doesn't land the way they think it does. It comes off as forced, and women can tell when you're trying too hard. But rolling up your sleeves, mid-kono, subtly, is a completely different move. Why this works is because it feels natural, like you're just adjusting to get more comfortable. Why rolling up your sleeves works creates this smooth, confident energy that shows you're relaxed and in control of the moment. You're not doing it to impress, you're just being present for women. It's surprisingly attractive because it taps into that mix of masculinity and ease. It shows strength without aggression, confidence without cockiness, the slow movement, the forearm exposure, the shift in body language. It sends a quiet message that you're a man who's both composed and capable, and that listening with your whole body. Little moment, if done right, sticks with her. More than most guys realize. Number 4, listening with your whole body, not just ears. Most guys think listening just means staying quiet and letting her talk, but they completely miss how much their body language is saying or not saying. Nodding occasionally while staring at your phone or looking around the room doesn't make her feel heard. It actually, listen, with your whole body does the opposite. What to do, instead, is listen with your whole body. That means facing her directly, leaning in just a bit, keeping eye contact, reacting with subtle expressions, and showing you're fully present. Even the way you breathe and pause matters. It shows you're taking her words in, not just waiting to talk. For women, this kind of full-body attention feels deeply respectful and rare. It tells her you're not just hearing her voice. You actually build trust, fast care about what she's saying. That level of attentiveness builds trust fast, and trust is a powerful form of attraction. When she feels truly seen and understood, she naturally starts to lean closer, both emotionally and physically. 5. Lowering your voice slightly during key moments. Here is what most guys do. They either try to sound deep and serious all the time, thinking that a low voice makes them seem more manly, or they don't change their tone at all, so everything they say feels flat. Both approaches miss the point. Speaking in a monotone or overdoing the deep voice feels unnatural and forced. Why does this hit different when done right? Because lowering your voice slightly, only during key moments, feels genuine. It signals that something important, personal, or intimate is being said. And that shift pulls her in without you having to push it, adds weight to. Why it works your words and creates a kind of quiet intensity for women. That sudden change in tone grabs their attention. It feels like you're speaking just to them, like the rest of the world fades out for a second. It's not just about the sound, it's the emotion behind it. That contrast, that softness makes you feel confident, calm, and emotionally in tune. And that's a combination that's very attractive. 6. Fixing your posture mid-conversation. Fixing your posture. Most guys don't realize how much their posture is speaking for them, even when they're not saying a word. Slouching, hunching forward, or fidgeting can make you seem unsure, nervous, or even disinterested. And that energy gets picked up fast. Fixing your posture mid-conversation in a subtle and natural way, like straightening your back, rolling your shoulders slightly, or planting your feet more firmly, instantly changes how you come across. It's not about looking mid-conversation stiff or overly formal. It's about shifting into a more grounded, confident presence for women. This is attractive because it signals strength, calm, and self-respect. A man who carries himself well, even in small adjustments, comes off as someone who values himself and knows his worth. That physical confidence makes her feel more secure and more drawn in, because posture isn't just about how you look, it's about how you make her feel. In silence your presence. 7. Owing silence instead of filling it. Most men get this wrong because they fear silence, treating it like an awkward void that needs to be filled with jokes, nervous chatter, or pointless explanations, not realizing that a man comfortable in silence exudes quiet confidence. They mistake constant talking for charisma, when in reality, unnecessary words dilute their presence. What to do? Instead, own the pause when there's own the pause. Silence, don't rush to break it. Hold eye contact, stay relaxed, and let the moment breathe. A man who isn't desperate to fill every gap in conversation. Signal, self-assurance. He knows his value isn't determined by how much he talks for women. This subtle habit is magnetic because it reveals a man who's secure, intentional, and truly present. A guy who embraces silence isn't hiding behind words. He's choosing them carefully. Stop fearing the quiet, making what he does say far more meaningful. So men, stop fearing the quiet. It's where your confidence speaks loudest. 8. Keeping emotions in check, but still being warm. Many men misunderstand what it really means to be emotionally strong, and they often get it wrong by swinging too far in one direction. Some completely shut down, thinking that showing no emotion at all is what makes them masculine. Others go to the other extreme, oversharing or becoming too emotionally reactive, thinking that's the way to connect. But true emotional strength is about balance. It's not about being cold, and it's not about being dramatic. What to do instead is simple. Allow yourself to feel emotions, but express them in a calm, clear, and controlled way. This means staying grounded during conflict, speaking honestly when something bothers you, and showing care and concern without falling apart. It's okay to say, "I felt hurt by that," or "that made me," upset. But say it with composure. For women, this kind of emotional balance feels safe and attractive. It shows her that you're mature, in control of yourself, and emotionally available without being unstable. She doesn't want a man who bottles everything up and acts cold, nor one who turns every situation into emotional chaos. She wants a man who can open up when it matters, stay steady when things get tough, and still offer warmth and connection without losing his center. That's the kind of masculine emotional energy women quietly respect and love. If you found these habits helpful, start using them naturally and watch how differently women respond. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around. There's more coming to help you stand out without saying a.